Until now, such walks through our high country would have been impossible for someone with a mobility impairment. This week, ACT Parks showcased a brand new wheelchair service using an all-terrain chair that will give more people more freedom to enjoy the wilderness. The first to give it a try at Tidbinbilla was David Stratton.
Now we're right, okay, going down.
This is the TrailRider, an $8,000 all-terrain wheelchair designed to make the bush accessible to all. David Stratton and his wife Roz were influential in bringing the Canadian-designed chairs to Australia. There are now 7 of them in use in Victoria, and this was the first ACT test run at Tidbinbilla.
How's the ride, David?
It's beautiful. Yes, this is really a nice walk in the park, to be honest.
Quite literally.
Yes, it can go seriously on very, very difficult territory. There's been a couple of TrailRider expeditions to the top of Kilimanjaro and a couple to Everest Base Camp. Not with me, just in the hit. Not yet. Well, say that to Roz.
The chair balances on its single wheel. 2 or 3 Sherpas help with the ride. It's a simple concept with significant implications.
For me personally, it's absolutely extraordinary to be out in a truly wild place. I used to do it, obviously, when I was walking, and I really thought I wouldn't do it anymore until the TrailRider came upon me. I have multiple sclerosis, MS, and I'm in the later stages of MS where I just get weaker. And I was diagnosed in '96 and I've been in a wheelchair since the turn of the century, more or less.
What does it mean to you to be out in this environment? What do you enjoy about the bush?
It's seeing wild creatures, seeing wild plants. I picked blueberries on the trail in Canada, and that was really the signal moment for me, just to be bending over and picking the blueberries off the bush, and being in truly high places and looking out across great vistas, which I wouldn't otherwise, and nobody in a wheelchair would.
This TrailRider was a gift to the ACT Parks Service from community group the National Parks Association. It's now available to hire for people with a range of mobility issues.
It's really designed to be able to access some of these more difficult areas in terms of walking trails and tracks. But the other important point here is that the all-terrain vehicle is available for anywhere within the ACT Parks and Conservation Service. And while obviously here today at Tidbinbilla, we're taking it for a trial run, if somebody had a desire to take it to Mulligan's Flat, perhaps even try Mount Ainslie, Black Mountain, it's available for hire anywhere across the ACT. I think that's an important message to get out there.
If you think about the people who are unfortunate, like me, and not being able to walk, a lot of them would have been walking earlier in their lives and would have enjoyed the bush and would be losing that completely. So I think for them it's like a big door being opened. And then there are all kinds of other people as well that might never have thought of themselves being in the bush, or might be too old and infirm or overweight to get out in the bush, or kids that have been disabled from birth, perhaps. That's the icing on the cake. All these wonderful places. I mean, Tidbinbilla, I'd be in the car park if it weren't for the TrailRider. Now I'm out here, I'm in the middle of it, surrounded by the trees and surrounded by nature.
And it's a pretty good way to travel by the look of it.
It's very comfortable.
Enjoy.